question, who's going to feel sorry for the Dallas Cowboys? So why would I feel sorry for us?
What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk. Right back like I never left. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? Listen, I know I ain't been making a lot of standalone videos, been a lot of live streams. It's kind of how life been working for me lately. But look, if you appreciate the content and you've been tapping in, hit the subscribe button. If you're already back like you never left, I appreciate you. Now, this caught my eye. Listen, I know as a Cowboys fan, everything is over sensationalized. I get it. It's always, you must hear this. This is exposed, revealing the truth. And some of that is part of how you got to put videos out on YouTube, because the algorithm don't really respect just direct content anymore, unless you at a certain stature. And some of it is, you do need to hear. It is revealing. But this story right here is not about exposing something you didn't know about. It's about someone that's in charge of the team, a very pronounced voice in that room, explaining the way we look versus the Rams. And that's why it stood out to me. You've gotten our opinions and stuff like that, but some of the coaches that do some of the direct coaching, Brian Schottenheimer is the head coach, but Connor Riley, our offensive line coach, and Eberflus, the defensive coordinator, Gorgonzoni, linebackers coach, etc., what they're telling to their players after a scrimmage like that is important. It's how we grow. But you want to hear mindset. I've been told 1,000 times in my comments since the scrimmage or practice or whatever, hey, Rome, chill out. You overreacted. I respect that. I respect that. You know, some of the pessimism that I have for the team because of past performances creeps into my content sometimes. I'm trying to get better at that, because y'all know I want to be more optimistic about a lot of things. I don't want to be just pessimistic. I just want to see change and growth. With Connor Riley, you heard in the beginning clip, right? Him talking about, you know, what we need to do to improve and things like that. And he actually did the best way I could explain, telling you coach-wise, from a coach's eyes, what we need to do to improve on this run game. Because we have been saying we're going to run the ball. That's a point of emphasis for this team. And although we tried to, the attempts were there, the execution wasn't. This is his explanation on why it wasn't working.
First, just overall impressions after watching film of the O-line.
Not clean enough is kind of the initial gut feeling, the reaction I had yesterday. I thought that our eye discipline wasn't great. We need to improve on our pad level, getting our eyes under chin. You know, on a positive, I thought that we had the competitive stamina that we talk about, and we stayed in the fight, had some positives. I thought the first group really finished well with a good 2-minute drive.
Nate Thomas obviously had a tough matchup against Jared Verse, being thrown in the left tackle spot after missing last year. What have you seen from him, and what did you see specifically against Verse yesterday?
Yeah, I saw someone that is beginning to grow with confidence. Who needs to continue to see the pictures out there, and not just the picture that's right in front of his face, but the entire picture that's going to allow him to play faster. But from a physical standpoint, I saw him really match up, and I thought he matched up extremely well. There's some things that, just like Nate and just like everybody, myself included, we need to continue to improve on. We're very excited about where he's at.
What do you say to the fans who read the media reports and saw a little bit of video, like, Cowboys say they want to be a run team, couldn't really run yesterday? What do you tell them to work?
Yeah, it's, you know, be patient, and we are going to continue to grow, and we are going to continue to improve every single day, and we are challenging the guys, and the mentality that the guys have is the right mentality. And when we look at some of the details and the discipline within those details, eye discipline, pad level, those are disciplines that, yes, we need to continue to improve upon.
You've been going against a 4-3 defense. You face a 3-4. Does that cause a big change for the offensive line?
There's a little bit of nuance.
And you can't get mad at that. I know some of y'all going to say, that's just coach speak. I want to see results. Me too. Hence the pessimism. But I'm going to give them a little bit of a shot, not just one joint practice, season over in early August. I am going to be fair to them in that, because I feel like there's talents there. There's also something else that stood out to me that I kind of didn't catch in the midst of my anger, which is we had a lot of injuries on the offensive line, man. A lot of injuries on the offensive line. But there is no excuses. No excuses. But Nathan Thomas versus Jared Verse, that's probably going to be a loss. Backup left guard versus one of the better defensive lines in the NFL. One of the better defensive lines, Jared Verse and those boys, Fisk, et cetera, they can play. So if you put backup left guard versus there, I don't know if it was Bass. I forgot who was actually out there, which is not important. What is important is understanding circumstances and why we looked as bad as we did. Now, those boys are good enough to get wins versus starters. Versus our backups in a new scheme, switching from a zone to a gap scheme, it's a lot of nuance, and you want to get them a little bit of grace. But that's me. That's Cowboys fan talk. The coach ain't giving up that grace. Connor Riley ain't making no excuses. Because as he was saying, nobody's coming to say, no one's going to feel sorry for us. No one's coming to save us. Listen to Connor Riley explain why the injuries and all that excuses don't matter.
With so many injuries in the rotating door with the guys that went out early, how has that made things tougher or more challenging on you as a first-year coach here in the program?
Yeah, I guess it's a challenge, but I'm going to answer a question with a question. Who's going to feel sorry for the Dallas Cowboys? So why would I feel sorry for us? We got professionals in that room. When an opportunity arises, you never know when that's going to be. You better be prepared. And that's been the consistent messaging, and I'm not going to feel bad for myself allowing, our guys to feel bad for themselves. So it's, hey, next guy is up, and any adversity that you may face in that role, then you need to grow and get better in spite of it.
And that's all you want to hear from your coach. That's all you want to hear from you. Listen, the run game, I believe, will be better because of the intentionalness. After it failed, they're still talking about it. They're talking about how to improve it, talking about pad level was too high, and things that sound simple but are important. Attention to detail. Not just, hey, you should be a good player, get out there and do it. Attention to the detail. I like what I've been seeing practice-wise, energy up and things like that. But the first time to execute and show me, I didn't love it as much. But I'm not going to kill them. I would kill them if they acted like nothing needed to change. That's the thing. One of my biggest problems with the Cowboys over the last 10 years, especially the last 5 since I've been covering the team, is attempting to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's one of our biggest problems. I thought the Cowboys are going to have a pretty decent offensive line, definitely better than last year, just by proxy with health. Not that Zach Martin wasn't a great player, but he was injured and older, and as you can see, he retired, right? Tyler Guyton, if he comes back healthy, should be better just from experience. Nathan Thomas, our depth piece, is getting genuine live bullet experience just in case we're going to need him later this year. All this stuff is going to make sense later in the year. Right now. Right now, it's frustrating to watch it not work. Let's just be honest. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. But, when you get back Guyton, you get back Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith not playing is a big deal. One of your best offensive linemen's not out there, and you got a rookie and then an undrafted free agent, let's lay it out. Undrafted free agent Nathan Thomas. Let's just say it was TJ Bass. Cooper Beebe, plus. Tyler Booker is a plus, but a rookie, and Terrence Steele. You think you can attack that offensive line? Now let me rephrase it. If we got Tyler Guyton healthy, right? Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, which is the strength of our line, which is the interior, and then a rejuvenated Terrence Steele, I think we'll be doing better. A lot of the plays I saw direct the other day was from the left side of the offensive line, not the right, which is a good sign. Not that Terrence Steele hasn't given up any pressures. I just feel like they were attacking the left side of our offensive line a lot more. But I just wanted a little bit of explanation, man, understanding. And Connor Riley obliged. I appreciate the interview. Y'all go check it out on Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys YouTube. It's a full 11-minute interview. Great listen. Connor Riley explains things confidently. He doesn't sound like he's hiding or shying away from anything. He's not trying to be like, yo, well, we was injured. He's like, look, man, they're professionals. They need to be out there. They need to handle business. I can appreciate that. I got some other questions that I want to discuss before we get to the first preseason game on Saturday night, and I'll drop those videos in succession, and you'll see what the topics are as they come out. But I just want to touch on this in the afternoon, let y'all hear my thoughts on things that I think are important that might not necessarily be like, yo, you got to hear this. You ain't never think of this. Like, it ain't always going to be that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sometimes you got to disguise things to get your point across, because YouTube don't be wanting to play with people if you just put, hey, the offensive line has some issues. Let's talk about it. YouTube like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you got to wrap it in a pretty little bow and be like, let me expose why the offensive line needs to do better. Just part of the game. I hate it, but it is what it is. It's your boy, Mr. Rome. I love and appreciate y'all. I holla.